Thank you for staying with us. Well, just to quickly let you know that, of course, we just talked about music as a therapy. Well, there are some of us who, I hosted a lawyer once on a radio show. This radio show was about, I called it Timeless Classics at the time. Don't steal my radio program name. And so I would invite people who are established, just come, select
play
your
the kind of music
that you grew up on. So one of them told me, Ayo, you have elongated my life. Because we played old school music that he enjoyed. One of those old school music makers at the time is our guest this morning. If you ever heard Junior and Pretty.
This is one half of that pair.
Yes. I told you earlier, I said our guest today is Pretty.
Show Pretty go.
Well, Johnson will have to come and answer for himself. He just happens to also be president of the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria, Pretty Okafor. Thank you so much.
Thank you and good morning.
For being here. For those who don't know, you literally burst into limelight with when you were a teenager, releasing.
Excuse me, a young teenager.
An old teenager.
Yes, so a 19-year-old is an old teenager. He was only 15
at the time. Okay, so you did your first album with Junior. So then you were Junior and Pretty.
Yes.
Oh wow, those were the days, right?
Was fun.
Was fun.
Yeah. It was fun growing up in the industry and having to do what we loved doing. We weren't thinking about money at that time. We were just having fun and running away from the house, from the chores, trying to go do. So it wasn't.
Now tell me, 15-year-olds, you released your first album. So you had been rehearsing for some while, maybe when you were 14 or something.
No. The first group was Junior. Pretty and the Busy Boys. Pretty and the Busy Boys had the likes of Daddy Shoki, Daddy Fresh, La Pasto and all that. So we were in secondary school when I think class 1 going to class 2. Then me and Junior started off. I won't want to discuss why I had to abandon the other group. Then me and Junior started off and it was quite early. We're still in secondary school. But luckily, we were doing all that, and at the time we were about finishing, we got a record deal. Yes, oh, wow. we got a record deal because we were busy playing around festivals, concerts, shows, clubs, and entertaining people. Like I said, we weren't particular about making money. We were just having fun, doing what we love doing, and playing around. And luckily, we got into a record deal, and boom. We were playing around with that genre of music, not knowing it's going to take us from that time to now. And it blew up.
It did blow up because there are those who will never forget Bolanle. In fact, if your name was Bolanle, you were the butt of jokes at the time. So many years down the line, and you know, we don't want to go back into those. I'm pretty sure it's a very, very displeasing experience for you because what happened, to you at the time also happened to these comics at the time, Jacob and Papi Lolo, such that one of them died, and it really mentally affected the other, and it's really understandable. But now you have an auspicious job as president of PMAN. I don't think it's an enviable job. I don't even think I want to be.
It is not.
Because, one of the things that comes to my own mind is all musicians are eccentric. Music makers are just spontaneous people.
Yeah.
It's so easy to blow up at your president. And if you don't have the patience for them, I don't know. How do you do it?
First is you need to create an understanding and foundation. Musicians are the most difficult people to manage. But because I have a soft side that I listen more than I talk. So I engage their personal issues. So because I'm a musician, I'm a born musician, so I know what you're thinking, what is going through your mind. So reacting to you depend on what I want to get as the outcome. So you can say musicians are volatile. No, they're not volatile. It depends on the mood. Because we're creative people, so your mood swings up and down. But because I've been able to, I grew up in that
impulsive.
circle.
Exactly. Why do you think I use the word eccentric? Okay, now, so Pretty, we can call you by your artist name, so
yes,
there's no point with that, problem with that. But music has traversed several aspects of life since, Junior and Pretty, most certainly. So many artists, it's so very easy to get into music now. Just have a laptop and then you can make music.
Yeah.
So how does that make the profession of music easy or not?
It's not easy. First, you need to discover yourself. Being a creative person has a whole lot of work to do that you need to do around yourself, around your producers. Yes, you can produce a song with your laptop, but again, you need to be able to sing, you need to be able to pitch, you need to be able to write songs, you need to be able to arrange it, then you need to be able to produce it, then the most important one, be able to market it. Because you can do all that in your house and you're not able to sell it. We have a whole lot of musicians. At the time I got into PMAN, I found out that we're over 6 million. But there wasn't the data for it.
How many?
Over 6 million. Yeah, this was research we did.
Performing musicians.
Performing.
6 million.
Now, when I say performing, I want to break it. A whole lot of research has been going on that which are actually wrong. Creative people should be used as the highest employers of labor. Now, every of your session man, every of your dancer, every of your backup singers are aspiring musicians. Every of your DJs, every of your producers are aspiring musicians. So I'm telling you this whole lot. And for a musician, you're the only one that can go on the road. You are going on the road with 20-25 set of people. No other profession goes on the road with that set of people. And once you're going on the road with that set of people, you're training them. Now, if they break out to start their own, they have a group of 25 and all that. So I want you to, so that was statistics. We keep getting it wrong, and they will say agriculture is the highest employers of labor. No. When we did it, but again, who are you going to be telling? They want to believe what they want to believe. But we are in the industry, we know. And that's why we did those research, and I found out why a whole lot. And finding out that a whole lot was also why we created, when we launched our biometric card, we found out that a whole lot of people register without even passing through those state chapters. They registered. Like the purchase of the building was through that aspect. Everybody was like, how did you guys do it? PMAN has been moribund. But we have a whole lot of gold, but nobody was looking at it. Nobody was ever thought about mine it. Nobody was able to mine it. So these are all what we discovered early, and we started working around it.
One of the challenges that comes to mind for me naturally would be, okay, so these are the things that have been happening behind the scenes. How are the, for want of a better word, popular musicians receiving PMAN? Because there are those who are wondering if this sector, the music sector, is as it is now. There are those who are wondering, hey, there isn't that kind of organization as it is expected to be. A&R is gone, marketing is gone, and the terrain has completely changed from back in the day.
Yes.
Back in time, you had the options of a vinyl, of a cassette, of a CD.
Yeah.
Today,
you don't have, you can get a distribution through your WhatsApp.
So,
don't bother any other one, just through your WhatsApp. Yeah,
so how is that to be managed? Because the challenges for broadcast organizations is they will come to that, but how is that to be managed?
Now, when we try to pass information and educate musicians, that the industry has gone beyond what we used to know. The industry has been merged digitally. And digitally is now, how do you sell your work digitally? How do you regulate the work digitally? How do you get revenues digitally? So the conventional, the conventional way are all collapsed. Now we need to every time reinvent ourselves and our mindset about moving forward, and that's why the positioning of PMAN came to being right now. That's why we're driving the traction to digital age and making the younger ones and the A-listers, the B-listers to see PMAN as a home that take care of your welfare, take care of your music regulation, and take care of your revenue collection.
Your royalties.
Yes.
There's something you said the other time that I am not sure many musicians have really come to terms with. Production of music has also gone digital, such that two people can collaborate on a song and they never meet.
Yes.
I listened to Nathaniel Bassey saying about the person who collaborated with him on that remix of Olorun Agbaye, that they were performing the song together for the first time on stage at one of the editions of the Experience.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you could easily send your own song to somewhere for the other partner on the song.
They line up and do their own.
He does his own part, sends
send it back to you,
and then you mix, master, or whatever, and then the whole song is ready. Is that something that is well understood by musicians? And what role does PMAN play in that regard?
Okay, first, maybe it's in our constitution, but I personally would not. I don't intend or don't encourage people tampering with the creative intent of another person, right? So, because I might want to tweak or I might want to say, don't do this work and don't allow it go to the media and all that, and it will affect your way of reasoning, your way of thinking, your way of projection, because musicians are very, very sensitive. So the only thing we could do is creating more avenue for education, making them understand that now having a session like what me and Junior used to do those days when we did Bolanle. Okay, I'll start with Bolanle. When we did Bolanle, where we had a session of, I think, 19-piece band, 19 people at one time in a studio, and there's a producer, there's a director, there's an engineer with board, and they are telling you, okay, 1, 2, 3. Once you make a mistake, any of the vocal or the guitarist or the keyboardist, you need to start afresh. Not what they do now, you can cut, and so you start afresh. So if the song is going to run for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes, you all are going to start afresh and redo it again. You mustn't make a mistake. But you see, digital age has enabled us that you can create a song, you can create a beat. Give me, I'll look at your beat and I'll adjust it, add what I want to adjust that will suit my way of singing, right? Do my drop there, send it back to you. You do your drop, then you now take it again, send it back to an engineer that will mix and master it. right? Then they'll mix and master it to send it back to the digital marketers that will distribute it.
Would you say that this is easier for everybody?
It's easier, but it's more technical.
I get that, but there's a question I have to ask you before we go off. I understand that there are some innovation, PMAN is coming up with under you. If you can, in 60 seconds, talk about that one. What are those innovations and how is it being received, and what would you expect musicians to do about it?
Okay, there's a whole lot that we're doing. First, we're creating a unison in PMAN, meaning once you're a PMAN member, you get a combo card. You get a biometric card that will take care of your healthcare, take care of your life insurance, take care of your pension plan, take care of your visa assistance, and take care of your contraction.
How are you financing all this?
There's a sum of 6,000. That's what I said. I started with the number. We're huge. There's a sum of 6,000. And I just did a little bit of mathematics. If we get 6,000 times 1 million musicians, that's 6 billion. We have enough to run around with. We have enough to invest. We have enough to play. Now, that also allowed us to create a radio station, a radio studio for PMAN. Now, the radio is live. If you just do it via the Google store, you'll see the PMAN FM is running. Not just you want to listen to us in Lagos, you're listening to us everywhere around the world. These are all what we're trying to do. Then we're creating a tour for the upcoming musicians, right? Not the A-listers, the B-listers, the C-listers. The greenhorn, we want to be able to give them a platform to also get international investors and funders to also push their work.
Well, it's unfortunate that our time is up. But
this is very interesting.
It's the start of several conversations that we must have with you. But very, very, very quickly, I think PMAN Awards is the pioneer awards for music awards in the world. Is it coming back?
Yes.
Good. Stop there for now. We'll have more of that some other time. Pretty Okafor of the Junior and Pretty fame is the president of the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And compliments of the season to you.
Same to you.
The next time I see you will be next year.
Yes.
Good to see you again.